Hi everyone, welcome to BIM Guru. In this video, we'll discuss about the last feature of Revit family creation, that is void forms. How void forms will help us to create a Revit family or to create a particular geometry. Okay, so we'll discuss about all those kind of options in void forms in this particular video only. So I guess everybody has seen my previous videos on extrusion, blend, revolve, sweep, and swept blend command. If you did not watch those ones, I'll request you to watch them earlier and then come back on this particular video so that you can have a proper, what we can say, understanding how these options will work. Because in void form, we are using kind of these kind of forms only, but in void terms. Okay, so let's start now. Let me start from scratch because I already created a box. So what we'll do is that void, first of all, let's understand the meaning of void. Okay, so void is kind of an empty or hollow space. So how we can create an empty and hollow space? Yes, definitely we can do that thing by the remaining commands that we already done in our previous videos while creating a solid geometry. But in some cases, we just want a specific path of void form or something like that. We'll discuss in that one how we can create those ones. So let's start. It's a dummy Revit project that I have created. I'll click on file to create a not to create a family template, to choose a Revit family template. So I'll click on new family. I'll go with metric generic model. You can go with anything that you want, but should be mechanical. Sorry, but it should be what we can say a Revit category element. Okay, 3D Revit category element. Click on open. Now we are inside the Revit family template. Okay, as of now, because we wanted to see the hollow space, so hollow space we cannot see mm, what we can say without the solid form. Yes, definitely we can see, but it is hollow. Hollow means like it's empty, right? So if it is empty, we cannot see anything. So that is why we just need to create a solid form first, and we'll see the impact on the solid form by using void form. Okay, so I'll create some kind of rectangular thing. So right now in this particular video, we are not playing with any parametric thing. Yes, definitely it can be parametric. It must be parametric if we are using any Revit family void form thing. But as we already discovered the parametric thing in our last 5 videos, so I am hoping you are having a better understanding. If you are not having any better understanding on the parametric connections of the families, just comment in this video. Will create one more video on that particular topic. So as of now, I'll create a box, a solid box by extrusion command, solid extrusion command, and let me stretch a little bit so that we can see uh, the proper box and we'll see the implications. Fine, let me make it a little bit more. Fine, and shed it. Fine, perfect. So this is our solid box. Okay. Now we'll see the void forms, how we can use those ones. So if I'll click on create, click on void, there are a lot of features. These are the same features but in void form. Okay. So I'll click on void extrusion. Why we are going with the void extrusion command is that, for example, um, I wanted to create a hollow circle throughout this line. Okay, how we can do that thing? So in that scenario, what I'll do, I'll click on set, pick a plane, so that I'll pick a plane. I'll pick this particular plane. Okay, so I'll pick this particular plane and I'll create. Yes, definitely. If you are going with parametric thing, then you have to go in what we can say front view or side view, whatever view you can prefer. And then right there you have to create the reference planes and you have to model that one accordingly. But as of now, I guess you know how to do that thing because we already discussed all those kind of things in our previous video. So right now, I'll simply create a 3D circle right there. like that, and then I'll click on finish. Now I'll make it wireframe so that I can align this particular box. AL command, I'll align this particular surface with this void forms face, lock it. The same thing I'll do with the another one, lock it. Fine. Now let's make it. Yeah, now you can see it's a hollow portion because we are using what we can say uh, void extrusion command. So we have created a solid form of this particular box. So that is how we can use what we can say void extrusion command. For example, if I want to make a hollow portion from for example from this one to this one, also we can do that. How we can do that thing, it's very simple. Click on create. First of all, set a plane. I'll select this particular face so that I can create a void form on this one, extrusion, and like for example, I want to do make hexagon. Click on hexagon, finish. Now I'll not go with locking the command, but I'll simply show you how it'll look like. Perfect. So it's very tricky and useful thing if you are going with that one. Okay, so that is how we can use void extrusion command. So let me delete the void extrusion features so that we will be at the early stage of the box. Now we have seen the extrusion void extrusion command. The second feature is void blend. Yeah, definitely. For example, I want to cut this particular box um, like that way, that at the top it will be circle, but at the bottom it will be like a rectangle. This face will be rectangle. This face will be kind of circle. This one will be circle, and this one will be rectangular. It will be like that. Okay. So how I can do that thing? In that scenario, I cannot use the extrusion command. In that scenario, I'll go with blend command. And how we can do that thing? It's very simple. So let's set a plane first of all. So I'll click on set plane. I know that I wanted to cut this particular face, so that I'll select this one. Now click on, sorry, not the blend command, void blend. I have to select, and I know that I want to cut this particular one from, this is my first box. Then I click on top, and I'll select my top that I need, circle, and I'll create a circle right there. Fine, click on finish. Yeah, as of now you can see that it had cut right there. Let me make it more bigger so that you can see it properly. Now fine, I guess now you can see it had cut from right there. Okay, let me make that one more bigger. So let me make wireframe, and I can move this one to right there so that I can see the circle cut at this face and the rectangular cut at this face. Okay, so let's see now. Shaded. Now you can see the cut right there, and if you come at this particular face, you can see the circle one as well. You can change whatever you want. Like if you want to go right there, you can do that thing as well. You can play with that one. You can move this one, like if you do not want at this actual location. Let's make it at the middle. Let's make it bigger. uh, like that way. Finish. Finish. Now it's better than. Okay, so that is how we can use the blend command. Right. Okay, so let me delete this one again. We can do anything, like I guess you are understanding the point how we can use the void form of blend command. The third one is we are having revolve command. Okay. The revolve command will look like the same way as, let's see. For example, I wanted to um create a hollow portion from the top to bottom. Okay, there are two options. Either I can use the void extrusion command from the top to bottom, and there is one more option, that is revolve command. We can Okay, that will be that will be very simple. Let's do one thing. I wanted to cut this surface by half circle. Okay. Uh, so if I'll go with extrusion command, I have to um, I have to go with the half circle, those kind of things. That's one thing. Or else what we can do, we can use the void revolve command. How we can do that thing? Let's see. So for that one, if I want to cut this particular face, I'll set this one as plain. Okay. Now I'll simply click on void revolve command. Let's make it right. And first of all, let me create axis so that I can see the center. Now I'll make it one rectangle because I have to close the what we can say boundary. When we were discussing about the solid revolve command, I have discussed right there why we need the closed boundary. Okay. So now we have given the close boundary, we have given the access to it. Now I'll click on finish. You can see we had cut the half portion of this particular surface. Okay. For example, you wanted to, yeah, definitely you can, increase the dia, those kind of things by, moving this one. Let me move this one. If I'll move this line a little bit more, it'll be bigger dia. Fine. But for example, I want to move this particular void at the center so that I can cut this one from the center. So how I can do that thing? Let me make it wireframe, move this one, and from right there to, let's make it right there. Fine. So now if you'll see, it had cut from the that one. Okay, from the bottom as well. But for example, you do not want to cut from the top to bottom, something like that. Let me make it Control Z. Yeah, because at this surface we can see properly how it will impact if we are not penetrating this particular void throughout the box. So for example, I don't want to cut from the top to bottom. I just want to cut from the middle. Yes, definitely you can do it. Okay. So that is how we can use the revolve command. It's beneficial if you know how to use it. Okay. So let's delete this one again. Now, our fourth command is void sweep. As we discussed, how we can use the sweep command in a better way, um, what we can say in solid form. Now, for example, in void form, for example, for example, let's make it bigger a little bit. Yeah. So this is our surface, and I wanted to cut uh, this edge to this edge a little bit in rectangular shape. Okay, how I can do that thing? So for that one, what I'll do, I'll come right there, I'll click on create, set, and because I wanted to cut this particular surface, so I'll select this one as my plane. Okay, and now I'll click on my sweep command and create path. Now this is my path. So right here I wanted to cut, escape, click on finish, then double click on this one so that I can draw a rectangle. So I'll click on back view, and I wanted to cut till right there, so that this particular portion will be cut in that periphery that I have given the sketch. Okay, I'll click on finish, and I'll click on finish again. Now you can see it had gone. So that is how we can use the sweep command in a proper manner wherever we needed this particular one. Definitely we can lock this one by this surface so that if this surface is moving, this particular void will also move. Okay. This void we cannot see in what we can say in the actual model. Okay. So do not worry about that one. As I have loaded this particular one, we can only see the actual surface. Okay. So that is how it'll work. Let me go again to the model. Let me delete this one. So till sweep, we have a better understanding how we can use the void commands. Now our final command is void swept blend command. How we can use that one. For example, I want to cut this particular surface um, uh, in non-uniform half circle kind of thing. How I can do that thing? Okay, so let's see in that scenario. So first of all, in sort of blind command, I have to create um because I have already select this particular surface as plane, so I'm not selecting again. But if you want, you can go with that one. So as of now, I'll click on create soft blend command, and I'll go with sketch path. Go with circle till right there. I want this particular portion to be cut, but in non-symmetry kind of thing. Okay. So how I can do that thing? Escape and finish, and then there will be two planes. Wait, because we are in sweep command again. Now right there, what I'll do, I'll create a rectangle. I want to cut. Okay, let's make it smaller. Okay, finish. Let's make it bigger. Fine. Click on finish and sort blend finish. Now you can see it is in non-symmetry form, correct? Also you can increase the width of this particular periphery again. Fine. So if you want this kind of surface again, you can use the void form command. So I hope you have a better understanding now how and where we can use the void forms, where we can use the solid forms, and where we can use the combination of both the things. So that's all about Revit family creation. If you are having any doubt as of now, uh, then just comment in this video. We'll again create a proper video on your doubts, and then we can discuss on that one in our upcoming videos. So thanks a lot guys for watching this video. Let's meet in my next video.